Welcome to the social science class, children. And today we are continuing with the same lesson, soil or natural resources. In our previous session, we have learned about what is soil, what is weathering, as well as we have also learned about the formations of the soil. So, now today we are going to start with the types of soil. As you can see through the flow chart that we have 6 types of different soil. If you remember, in the previous session, I told you that we have different types of soils. Yes, soils differ from place to place and their types and the thickness also differs simultaneously. So today, if we talk about the map of India or we talk about India, we can understand that the soils are different at the different regions. Regions means the northern region has a different kind of soil. The western part of India has a different kind of soil. Similarly, the eastern part as well as the southern part of India also has a different kind of soils. And also the color of the soil differs from the different region also. So here, first let me tell you the names of these soils. Number 1 is alluvial soil. Number 2 we have is a red-black soil. Number 3 is a red soil. Number 4 laterite soil. Number 5 mountain soil. And number 6 is the desert soil. So, these are the 6 different types of soils which are there in India. Like, we are talking about India in this chapter. Yes. Which country? India. Soil of which country? We are talking about the soil which is available or the natural resource soil which is there in India. And in which part of India these soils are. So now let's first start with the alluvial soil. Our first type of soil is alluvial. Alluvial soil is the most fertile soil among the all soils. Now, where it is found? It is found in the northern plains and the coastal plains. Fine. If you can see the map, you can see that it is found in the coastal plains. Okay. The areas which are marked here as this is the area where we find this is the northern plain, and in the northern plain as well as in the coastal plain of India we find the alluvial soil. You can find here. This is the area where you can find. Then comes how this alluvial soil is formed. It is brought down by a rivers. From where? From the Himalayas. Okay. And this is the only reason how the alluvial soil is formed. And the alluvial soil are of 2 types. What are the 2 types? Or we can say this alluvial soil can be subdivided into 2 types, that is a Bangar soil which is the old soil. We call it as a old soil, and alluvial soil other part is Khadar. Khadar or the new soil we say. And what is the speciality of this Khadar? Khadar is more fertile, and where it is found? It is found near the banks of the river and the deltas. Clear? 'Clear? 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 Now, when we talk about that, like the alluvial soil is more fertile, then which kind of crops are there? It has wheat, rice, sugarcane, jute, and cotton. These are the various crops which are found here in the alluvial soil. So now let's talk about the black soil. It is made up of lava and has got its name because of its color, that is black. And when we talk about the black soil, children, it is rich in iron. It is rich in iron. Now question arises, when it is made up of lava, then in which states it is found? So now let us look at the map, and we know that the states like Gujarat, you can see in the map, Madhya Pradesh and the Maharashtra, see here, the western part of India this side, and the central India, we have the black soil over here. This is the area which is covering the black soil, children. Okay, and what kind of crops is grown more here? So when we talk about the crop, we find that the cotton plant or the cotton grows well in the black soil. This black soil is also called cotton soil or regal soil because the production or the agriculture of cotton is being done here. Finally, it can retain moisture, but cracks appear when it is dry. You can see a kind of dryness, a patches kind of is there in the black soil. So which kind of crop is grown here? Basically, the cotton is grown here, and in which state it is found? It is found in Gujarat, Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. So now, next is your in the line is red soil. So when we talk about the red soil, we know that red soil is comparatively less fertile than alluvial soil. Yes, and then which color it has? It is red in color. The name itself says that red soil. And then which states are covered here? The states which are covered with the red soil are Karnataka and this side southern part, that is your Tamil Nadu. Clear? And even some other states or some patches are seen of red soil. Okay. Here some patches of red soil are found in other states also, children. So you cannot say that only Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, but still some states which are nearby you can see the red soil is also available there. And then comes which kind of crops are grown here. So the crops which are grown here, children, are groundnut, jowar, bajra and ragi. These are the few crops which are grown here. So red soil is clear with the name itself that the soil is red in color. Okay. So our next type of soil is laterite. So when we talk about the laterite soil, we know that the laterite soil is found in the areas or the regions where we have the heavy rainfall. Following a dry and where there is heavy rainfall and following a dry period like Nilgiri Hills. Yes, so that is the best example that we can say like Nilgiri Hills. And the western, this laterite soils are found, where it is found? It is found in the western region of the Western Ghats. You can see in the map also. When we talk about this map, we know that these are the Western Ghats, children. Yes, this is the Western Ghat, and here the Western Ghats. This is the area where we find the laterite soil. Why it is there, the lateral soil? Because do you know that, the children, the western region receives more than 300 centimeter rainfall annually. So as a result, here we find the laterite soil. Now question comes, what kind of or which kind of crops are grown here? So children, here tea and coffee are the main crops of this type of soil. So our next soil is mountain soil. Mountain soil is found in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, and the states where it is found is Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh. The most important thing which you find that is it is rich, this soil, mountain soil is very rich in humus. Humus, what does that humus means? Humus means, children, the organic constituent of soil usually formed by the decomposition of plants and animals by soil bacteria. Okay, or we can say the dead remains of plants and animals is called humus. So, and then what are the different crops found here? The different crops found here in mountain soil is tea, coffee, fruits like apple, peaches and plums grown in these areas. You love the fruits. So whenever you eat the fruits, remember that it is grown in the mountain soil. So our next soil is the desert soil. So when we talk about the desert soil, we know that this desert soil is, where does it found? It is sandy or dry soil. So when we talk about this desert soil, we know it very well that it is found in the desert region. Clear? So it is found in the desert region. And like Rajasthan, Gujarat, some parts of Haryana. You can see in the map also the desert soil. See the Rajasthan and Gujarat and even the some parts of Haryana where we find this desert soil. And if you really want to make this soil fertile, we know that desert soil is sandy and dry, so it is not fertile. But if we really want to make it fertile, it can be only fertile if the irrigation facilities are provided here. Like when we talk about this thing, your Rajasthan, we know that Indira Gandhi Canal is there, which helps in the irrigation to the for the irrigation purpose. It is there. It provides water to the farmers for the agriculture purpose. Fine. So now comes the crops. When we talk about the which kind of crops are grown here, we have wheat, millets and maize. Okay. So let us talk about the importance of soil conservation. Children, throughout the lesson we know that the formation of an inch of thick soil takes hundreds of years. But soil erosion is a quick process. Fertile soil can be washed away by fast flowing water or wind in no time. So, it is very important to check the upper fertile layer of the soil from being washed away, which is washed away by the flowing rivers. This can be done by controlling floods and planting trees. Controlling floods means, I'll tell you, that is constructing of dams. So let us see that. These are some of the ways, or we can say some of the ways for conserving soil. First, that is constructing of dams on rivers. You have already run in the chapter of water resource the different dams, Hirakud Dam, Bhakra Nangal Dam. Okay, so these dams help in conserving the soil. Number 2, growing of more plants and trees and protecting forest areas, especially, children, and where on hill slopes, because in the hill slopes the water or the floods take place. It due to the hill, from as you know, the water level have a higher pressure from the higher to the lower. So that is the reason why all the soil is washed away. Finally, using the right methods of plowing fields, children. That means we have to use the right methods, the correct methods. We should give some rest to the soil also. Then only, means we should not keep on the rotation of the crops should be in a proper way so that the fertility of soil can be maintained. Finally, we should avoid overgrazing of the soil by the animals, and due to that the soil cannot plants, we know that, hold the or bound the soil. So if the overgrazing will be there, it's going to harm the fertility of the soil also. And if these methods are adopted, soil erosion can be controlled to some extent. So I hope, children, now you have understood the importance of soil, a natural resource, and the different types of soils which were there. Thank you.